Wait, come back. There, you found me. It's Mitch's Fake Radio. Heck yeah, you did. It is Mitch's Fake Radio. Hey, my name's Mitch, and this is my podcast. I'm glad to see you back again for another month. This is so cool. You guys, this is episode 20. Can you believe that? We've done...
You're locked into 60 minutes of nonstop action-packed back-to-back Mitch. Nothing but Mitch all hour long. 60 solid minutes of nonstop Mitch. Only on Mitch's Fake Radio.
Still not used to it. I wanted to say I was used to that exploding into my face every month as soon as I open the show, but I'm still not. I'm going to have to work on that. Try to anyhow. But again, thanks for tuning in to Mitch's Fake Radio. I think we've got a fun show for you. It was a little late coming, this show. It's like Tony delayed one of our production dates because he was sore. The chiropractor brutalized him again. Unfortunately, he's not getting any taller, so I don't really think it's helping any at all. And then for some reason, I couldn't do it because I didn't have any content, anything to do in here for pre-production. And so we were kind of struggling and just trying to make it happen. But thing is, I get busy, life gets busy. And then next thing you know, I'm staring down the barrel of days to the show and I don't have anything. But we've put together some fun stuff. We will have a good time with it. We're going to be talking about Twitch. We're on Twitch. My producers here have weaseled our way onto a different platform. There were, I think, sexual favors involved, I believe, and or they were playing some sort of games. I don't know. My position is not to ask, but to say thank you. That was great. Appreciate it. Any more platforms you can get us on, it would be cool. So right now we're on YouTube and on Twitch. And can we do the shows play on Facebook or will they? Or we should have them like backlogged on Facebook or something. We might be able to figure that out at some point. But that's pretty cool. Exciting. I guess I'll start out by saying what's coming up tonight. We have a great new Mitch's Kitchen on the way. That's going to be fun. We have gotten noticed by some public service affiliates, I guess, that want to run their public service announcements on my show. So we've got a couple of those. That's going to be a lot of fun. We have shout outs coming up and some other good stuff. Plus, we're going to talk about my next Mitch Gill's Get a Room Comedy Club. So that's exciting. And I will mention that New Year's Eve was holy shit. It was a blast. I want to thank my performers from the Mitch Gill's Get a Room Comedy Club at the Brentwood New Year's Eve. We had Trevor Tress and Nick Earl. They were fantastic. Megan Coddington Heath was back again. She did a terrific job. And our headliner, Big Juicy, also known as Nicole Middleton, she is a loose cannon, man. She was great. We had so much fun with her. And so the next show is coming up on February 14th. That is Valentine's Day. Tickets are available for Mitch Gill's Get a Room Comedy Club. Please set the date aside so you can come have some fun with us. The fastest way into your date's pants is through their laugh hole. Fill that up and you're in. Just right in there. So that's going to be a really fun night. I have comedians Amanda Marie. She's a special guest along with Jimmy Cipriano and Eric Lukes. He has performed in the Motor City Comedy Festival and other festivals around the Midwest. And Pat Sievert is the other headliner. Eric and Pat are kind of splitting headlining duties. Pat is the funniest person in Grand Rapids. So that's a kind of a big deal. It was a lot of work for him to get to the top of that heap, but he did it. So come on out. Tickets are $15. Show starts at 8 p.m. at the Brentwood in Caro, and it's Mitch Gill's Get a Room Comedy Club. Please don't delay. Also, I might as well mention, let's see, I'll mention Solid State Live at the Pix. Um, Nicole, aka Big Juicy, she was my comedian last month. It was great, very good show. Also, um, oh, what's the band? I can't remember the band that was there. They were really good. Untamed Beauty. Yeah, I said they should be sponsored by a cream rinse company. You know, get the kinks out of the hair. Untamed. Anyhow, they were really good. So coming up this month at Solid State Live at the Pix, which is a live show at the Pix Theater in Lapeer. It's going to happen on February 7th, 7 p.m., 1 hour free show, comedy and music. You're going to love it. The band is Ugly Kids. They'll be playing. Yeah. And comedian Andrew Yang, not presidential candidate, but comedian Andrew Yang. Yeah. So do that. Come on down to Lapeer on February 7th for Solid State Live at the Pix. Big thanks to Sean Cantwell and Adam Harahawk, the guys that are manning the ship down there at Solid State Radio, for putting that on the internet and being involved in producing that show. A lot of fun. I'm trying to be ready for the weather. I know it's coming. It's got to be 2 minutes. I'm going to do my best to be ready for it. Going to mention talk about food also. I saw a great documentary. I'm going to be talking about that. And I'll also be talking about live shows that I want to go see that are coming up. In fact, today I bought some tickets. I'm going to buy another ticket for another show. These are right down in Ferndale at the Magic Bag. Great place for live entertainment. So be sure to listen up for that. It's coming up. Oh, man. It's been a hair-raising week. I just worked hard. I worked so many shifts at Lighthouse. They're riding me hard and putting me away wet. But I'm briefed, so that helps. I do have a blue pad, or as we used to call them, old school, chucks laid out. No, I don't do that. That's kind of disgusting. But anyhow, a lot of work. Been working hard. I have been able to pull off riding my bicycle for my paper route every week, all winter long. I do wind up with very, very cold feet. But I've been able to.
On Mitch's Fake Radio, we do weather on the 8th. That means 8 minutes after every hour, we do the weather. Here's Mitch and the weather.
Tonight, mostly cloudy skies. Tonight's low around 28. Tomorrow, overcast conditions, high 36. And then the next night after that, it's going to be cloudy skies early.
For the latest up-to-the-minute forecast, listen to Mitch's Fake Radio. 8 minutes after every hour for the latest forecast with Mitch on Mitch's Fake Radio, right here on Strange Friends Media.
Low 23. That's what I was trying to get out. That's what the weather forecast looks like. But what was I just talking about? Oh, yeah, riding my bike. I've been able to ride my bike. It's been fantastic. I've really enjoyed that. So that's been very exciting to be able to ride my bicycle for my paper route. Crazy thing is, I was wearing my glasses with my helmet on, and then I decided to take the glasses off, put them in my pocket. I normally don't ride with my glasses on. And I'm riding along, and I see on the ground something that looks like it's worth picking up. So I'm like looking at it. I don't have my glasses on. And I see a couple of items and some string, and so I lean over and I get down and I squint, and I'm just about to pick it up, and it's a tampon. Yeah, doggone it. It's like, oh, I'm not gonna pick that up. What a bummer. When I was a kid, I used to find stuff all the time, but I had, laser pointed eyes. I could see everything so well, Without the glasses, I didn't need them then. But I would find jackknives, and I would find money, and I would find, I found a couple of yo-yos, and so just free stuff, no strings attached. Yo-yo obviously had strings attached, and the item I found on my paper route definitely had a string attached. So I guess I'm going to wear my glasses when I'm doing my paper out on my bike. What a drag. Yeah, that's almost like a public service announcement when you think about it. Wear glasses before you pick shit up off the ground because it might be a, feminine product. So that's like a public service announcement, and we've been recognized as a format to play public service announcements on. And we've got a brand new one here for you that we're going to take care of. And so here we go with a public service message. Enjoy.
Hello, I'm Ferris Wheeler, Director of the Revolving Door Safety Commission. Each year, 2,600 people are injured in revolving doors, resulting in 187 deaths. That's 1 in 20 million people wind up with serious injury, like double amputee Ainsley Hoogerwib.
I lost both feet in 1987 in a tragic revolving door accident.
Ainsley, please stand closer to the microphone.
I can't reach the microphone. I don't have any ankles.
Stand tall and proud for revolving door accident victims. Yes, you can make a difference. When approaching a building with a revolving door, timing is everything. Common sense is your friend. First of all, put away your cell phone. You'll want to be paying very close attention when attempting to enter a revolving door. Or you could lose a $1,000 phone and be kissing glass.
Oh, I just bought that phone.
The sad thing about revolving door accidents is there's usually a handicap door right next to it. And if your accident's bad enough, then that's the one you'll be using from here on out.
Are you taking a jab at me?
Don't wind up like Ainsley. Put your best foot forward when walking into a revolving door.
If I had feet, I'd kick your ass.
I'm Ferris Wheeler, Director of the Revolving Door Safety Commission. Thanks for listening.
Oh, see, that is the kind of stuff that can really help people. Because I'll be honest with you, I've often been confused when I walk up to a store or something's got one of those revolving doors and there's all these people walking through it. I get my sphincter tightens up, and I usually, I just like get up close to somebody that clearly knows what they're doing, and then kind of squeeze in, and then as they're walking fast, because there's too many people in that little pie piece, they look back at me like, what the fuck are you doing in my pie piece of the revolving door? And I'm like, I'm just trying to get through here, man. Let me get through. It's scary. But I'm glad that we can help people with potentially, life-saving information. It's important to do that, I believe. So actually, we have another PSA, another public service announcement. So let's go ahead and roll this one.
Hello, I'm Ferris Wheeler, Director of the Statewide Safety Commission on Traffic Roundabouts. Did you know over 16 million people are killed or injured in accidents at traffic intersections each year? There's a way to help. Encourage your community to replace intersections with roundabouts. Roundabouts can reduce crashes by 82%. That's a savings of 2.8 million lives in my book. Some people manage roundabouts quite well. Here's some tips. Study your route. Know where to get off the roundabout after you get on. Pay attention. And please, by all means, put your cell phone away. I like to put mine in the glove box.
Now, Pierce, don't you forget my breadsticks and a fresh jar of Nutella.
But some people are intimidated by roundabouts, and they have anxiety, and they stop before entering.
Wait! Wait, you stop! You yield, you jackass! Find a hole and you just go! Go! Right there's go! 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 Roundabouts are all about confidence! Now get on it!
If we all work together cohesively, roundabouts can be a safe and smooth transition and a better alternative to intersections. Please speak with your community leaders about making the change. I'm Ferris Wheeler, Director of the Statewide Safety Commission on Traffic Roundabouts. This has been a public service announcement, and I thank you for your time.
See, that's life-saving stuff right there. I was telling my brother that that we're going to be running some PSAs on I guess basically round stuff, and he said roundabouts, and I said yeah, and Carl is 10 years older than me, and he said used to hate them, now I love them, and it's true because they are lifesavers. I was at an intersection the other day, and I was sitting there waiting for the light, and I was just watching all the people around me and all the different cars, and it was a little bit chaotic. Everybody's chomping at the bit to go when the lights change. In a roundabout, you just keep sweeping around. Everybody jumps on and jumps off. It's nice. So I'm glad that we can be a format for that and play those PSAs. We did these, I don't know, six, 7 shows ago. There were some old station IDs from my past and voiceovers I used to do, and they were so much fun. I thought we would do some of those again because they were a good time. So we're just randomly going to play a couple of these and maybe reflect on them. So hit one of these. Need to relax? Listen to KMLO's Zane X, 7 to midnight weeknights. You'll get hooked. Only on KMLO. Oh, yeah, I remember Zane. He was a great guy. But I would often come into the studio. He'd be dead asleep, draped over the control board. It's like dead air was his friend. It was my enemy, his friend. But Zane was a good guy. Roll another one. Go ahead. Workday got you stressed out? Put on the headphones and take in KMLO's Zane X, 7 to midnight weeknights. He'll help you forget all your troubles right here on KMLO. How he could do a show with his eyes rolled back in his head, that just kind of blew my mind. I could not figure that out. We'll do one more, and then we've got other business to take care of, and then we might do a couple more before the end of the show. But hit another one. Tired of the same old morning radio?
Hey, coming up after this, we're going to talk about shaving your pets because apparently it's in this season.
Try Flicking the Bean on WVAJ. Oh, Flicking the Bean. They were a barrel of laughs, those two. I'm telling you what. They were always fiddling with something. I'm telling you. So what have we got coming up? Shout outs? I think is that what we're ready to, we could probably, let's go ahead and do shout outs because I know there's people I need to shout at, obviously. I got to get my list ready. Here we go. The official beginning to shout outs. Here it comes. The cool intro music.
Hey, dude, how you doing? Cool. How's your wife? Oh, you divorced? Oh, yeah. Well, how are the kids? Oh, that's right. You guys didn't have kids. Right on to the single life. Yeah. Sweet. We'll get together. All right. Yeah. Hey, girl. What's up? How you doing? Good to see you. Hey, thanks for that text. Oh, that wasn't it. You blocked me? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm going to get you your lawnmower back to you. We'll see if we can fix that, okay? Thanks for loaning it to me. Hey, buddy. Hey, man. How's it going? Hey, sport. How you doing? Ladies, what's up?
Yeah, so the section of shout outs, I basically say hi to people that I've ran into over the last month and people that are kind of, friends of mine and this and that. So I want to say hi to Lisa Kay. She's a woman I work with. Lisa's a great hard worker. We've been working closely together, and she's awesome. Plus, the number 20 is very special to her. It was her number in high school. She has 20 cats. No, she doesn't. I don't know how many cats she has. But anyhow, 20, big deal to Lisa. So thanks for listening, Lisa. Also want to say hi to Andrew Yang. Andrew Yang is my comedian for next month at Solid State Live at the Pix. I told him I had a podcast and he couldn't believe it. And I said, you should tune into the podcast Mitch's Fake Radio. It's audio only, and it's 1 hour you will never get back. And so he said he would. I said, I'll give you a shout out, man. And I have another friend at work, Heather, not the same as my producer, Heather, but different Heather. Heather is a good friend. She asked me about the word incontinence, how to spell it. And so I'm usually a pretty good speller. So I did spell it, and I had to check it on my phone. But it's INCONTEENANCE. And then I had to check it on my phone to see if that was it. Red line under it. That wasn't. So I tapped it to highlight it, and then this black box showed up over it. Said no replacements found. That means that my phone doesn't even know what the fuck I'm talking about. That means I'm that much of a train wreck of a speller. Google's like, what are you even talking about? But then I took another stab at spelling it, and I did get it right. It was INCONTINENCE. Continents. But first I tried respelling it into my phone, still couldn't get it, and then I just typed in piss myself, and it said incontinence. So, hi, Heather. Thanks for listening. Also, I want to say hi to Brian. We call him Petty at work. Beam, also, I think they call him Beam. So there you go. I think that's it for shout outs. I want to say hi to Kathy and Linda. Thanks for listening. Also, oh yeah, Candy says hello, and she said New Year's Eve was great time. Thank you for coming to the show. Irma Thurman, Mitch, you're the best. Your number one fan always. Susie, Mr. Squirrelies, and Irma. All right, thank you. Also, this is one from last month that I missed. Amanda Hug and Kiss. I want Amanda Hug and Kiss. Oh no, that's okay. That's a joke. That's great. Thanks, you guys. Thanks for listening to the show, Amanda. So there we go. That's it for this month's shout outs. And that's it. So we've got a new outro to shout outs that we're gonna play for you to wrap up shout outs. You've just heard shout outs on Mitch's Fake Radio. If you were lucky enough to hear your name on shout outs, consider yourself special, because Mitch only gives shout outs to great listeners like you, and good friends, and new acquaintances, and people that just basically don't walk away from him while he's talking. Please tell a friend about Mitch's Fake Radio, and maybe he'll say their name on the next shout outs. Again, thanks for listening to Mitch's Fake Radio. Good stuff. That's cool. It's fun to have an outro to the end of that. You know what I mean? Let's do a couple more of the old voiceovers from my earlier career in broadcasting. Some stations would hire me to do these voiceovers for certain shows on the radio, and they were always fun. So let's do a couple more.
You're waking up with Flickin' the Bean on WVAJ.
Great morning show. I mean, if you're just laying there and you can't get your day started, try Flickin' the Bean. It's perfect. Jumpstart your day. It will. Hit another one.
Got the rush hour blues? Beat 'em single-handedly with Grip Johnson on the beat, weekday afternoons from 2 to 7.
I'm telling you what, Grip had one heck of a handshake. And he would start shaking your hand. He wouldn't stop. Jeez, oh man. Go ahead and play one more.
We're making your ride home a little more interesting with Grip Johnson on the beat.
Those are so stupid. But hey, man, I was making money. I got $4 a drop for doing those. Back in the 80s, that was good money. $4. Jeez. Hey, I did do some live stand-up. Let's see. What was it? Wednesday? I think Wednesday. I went to Jan's Bar in Swartz Creek. Great show. Doggone it. Had so much fun. A little bit of confusion there, though. Donnie, the guy that that lined up the show had it starting at 8, and the bar page on Facebook had it starting at 9. And I showed up at 9, and then he told me I was the last one up, and I only had so many jokes ready because it's an open mic and I'm practicing. I should have more time, together to do it up there. But I didn't, so I did 7 minutes on the nose, and then I didn't record it. Big mistake, because I'm trying to improve myself, so I need to listen to these sets and get better at them all the time. And when I was done, I had good jokes, and I felt good about it. I picked up my phone. I realized I didn't hit record. I just looked at the ceiling because I saw that the laughs had just escaped into the ether with the jokes, and they were just gone forever. It's just sad. I was so bummed. I did that picking up a tampon joke on my bicycle. They picked up on that really fast. They got that joke. That was a good one. I felt good about that. So what are you going to do? We have more good stuff coming up. I wanted to talk about dieting, because I always mention this stuff, how it's important that we eat good foods. If you have Hulu, Hulu's quite affordable. It's a really cool TV platform. You can get throw it onto your cable internet that comes into the house, your internet service, I should say. There's a documentary on there called Food Choices, and it's made by Michael Sawerski. And he's kind of like Michael Sawerski from Scandinavia or something like that. And he wanted to know about food, so he went on a 3-year travel around the world to talk to different people. And it was very interesting. And it talked about sustainability. What's the best and most healthiest diet that's sustainable for the planet and the person eating it? And it really leaned over towards an omnivorous diet, mostly plant-based. And I kind of am believing that more. I'm not urging up to eat so much meat, because I think about it like caveman style. If you look at our teeth, some of them are sharp, but the majority of them are really vegetable grinders for the most part. I mean, we could chew through an animal if we pulled one down and chewed on it long enough. It'd be kind of hairy. But so it's a very, very good show, which is going to lead me to talking about protein, which we will be talking about that with Mitch's Kitchen. Got a dip coming up here pretty soon. So be sure to keep it locked in for that. But check out Food Choices on Hulu. It's a very good documentary. Is that a siren outside or a strange child? I think it's a strange child. Tony's got, it's like it's weird over here. Maybe there was just 2 woos and it's done. I don't know. Anyhow, that's a really good show. Food Choices. Check it out on Hulu and see what you think of it. I think you'll probably like it. They could have done better with one expert. He's really drony and boring and geeky. I think they probably might have said, we need to have one real geek on here that's not very interesting to listen to. And he talked like this the whole time, and he had a deacon's cut hairdo. It was kind of like mine, but even more bald on top. And he wore a tie and a loose-fitting sports coat. Like, did you guys dress him? And put a hat on him, make him a little more hip. Gotta sell it. You know what I'm saying? Eat boring. It's better for you. Make you shit like a goose, too. It's like my friend's brother, who is a doctor, said, if you ain't shitting, you're dying. That's the truth. So we do have, let's see, Mitch's Kitchen coming up soon. So it's probably really close to the bottom of the hour, isn't it? I'm very, very close to that. I'm trying to be ready for that bottom of the hour drop that's just going to violently interrupt me. I guess I can mention those live shows that I want to go see coming up soon. Todd Barry and Mary Santora are going to be at the Magic Bag in Ferndale coming up on February 20th. And I had Mary as my headliner at Mitch Gills Get Around.
You were counting down. Still 30 minutes to go of nonstop action back to back Mitch. Only on Mitch's Fake Radio. We're at the bottom of the hour. We still have to go all the way to the top of the hour. Guess what that is? That's another 30 minutes of nonstop action back to back Mitch. Only on Mitch's Fake Radio.
I try to be ready for it. But anyhow, check out that show. I am going to that show. I want to see Mary Santora again, and I want to see one of my comedy heroes, Todd Barry, February 20th at the Magic Bag in Ferndale. Tickets are only $20. That's pretty cheap. It's a great show. Todd Barry and I had a moment in New York last January. I was walking through a comedy club. I had to cut through there to use the bathroom, the Comedy Cellar in New York. I was walking by right in front of him as he was performing. He stopped what he was saying and watched me walk all the way by. As if in his mind was saying, get a load of this motherfucker. And I was going into the bathroom. He didn't say anything about me, but I wonder if he'll remember locking eyes with me. I'll ask him when I see him next month. So we have Mitch's Kitchen coming up. So let's go ahead and knock it out. Enjoy. It's going to be some great food. You're going to dig it.
So, your boss is a dick? What are you going to do about it? Try listening to Mitch's Fake Radio.
Smell that? It smells like another episode of Mitch's Kitchen.
Hey, welcome to another episode of Mitch's Kitchen. Yeah, I'm tying on my apron right now because I like to keep my shirt nice and clean. No belly stains. We're going to do some dip today. So grabbing my cutting board. What we need here is we need kidney beans. What else? We need avocado, pecans, Italian seasoning. And I just had the can. Oh, no, I know what. Oh, Jesus. We need the can opener right there. That is my shitty cabinets. That's right. Which actually they're going to become new cabinets here in the very near future. This whole kitchen's coming out. And right now I'm cranking away on this can of kidney beans. Boy, they're cheap. I got them over there at Dollar Tree. A big can. These are Hanover Redskin kidney beans. And there's 4 servings in a can. 9 grams of protein per serving. So 4 times 9, what is that? 36. That's a lot of grams of protein. And I've been thinking about protein lately because I'm 55 and I've decided to go on a limited meat diet where I only eat meat 3 days a week. My brother Brad tells me I need to have just about 60 grams of protein a day. That's tough to do when you're not eating meat. So I'm trying to eat plenty of nuts, avocado, and I've added kidney beans lately. And that works pretty good because there's a good amount of protein in kidney beans. But with that, it kind of smells like you're shitting your pants all the time. So I'm going to use I'm going to throw this whole can in. Why? Because I'm kind of a loose cannon. There was no real pun there with cannon and using the whole can, but I'll take it. Why not? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my brand new potato masher that I got at Dollar Tree for, you guessed it, $1. And I'm putting a mash on these kidney beans. That's pretty easy. They're coming down easy into a nice pasty kidney bean thing. Through the magic of fake radio, I'll be done with this quite quickly. And I'll be right back with you. All right, we're back. I'm going to swing over here and grab a somewhat ripe avocado here out of the fridge. I'm also going to grab my green olives. right there. Crack that open. I will go slower now that I'm cutting the avocado. Shitloads of people across the country and the world hurt themselves while cutting avocados.
Avocado-related injuries sent an average of 24 people to the ER every day last year.
A lot of people will cut arteries and all kinds of crazy stuff. I like to very carefully run my knife through the avocado, cutting around the pit. Then when I get it in half, I like to use my knife and cut very gently through the meat of the avocado and sort of cutting it into a checkerboard pattern, the whole avocado. And although I do have shaky hands, I'm being very careful not to lay myself open. Then I use the spoon or the backside of my rounded chef's knife to scoop out the inside of the avocado, being super careful the whole time, because you can cut yourself really bad. All right, so there's that. Both sides of the avocado, in with the beans. The swing over here to my makeshift pantry that has moved out into the dining room, basically, because I'm emptying this kitchen out. I'm going to put in a liberal amount of Italian seasoning. Handy stuff because it's got lots of herbs in it already. So there's a bunch of that. I'm going to put in several cranks of Himalayan pink salt in my salt grinder. The only guy on the internet that uses a coffee grinder for a pepper grinder. Cranked in a shitload of pepper. I love that. And that's it. Now, what I need is
Olives.
and I'm going to need my straining spoon from my shitty cabinets. And since I used the whole can, I'm going to use a bunch
Of olives.
I'm talking, it's probably a cup and a half.
Of olives.
I'm going to say it's a cup and a half. I'm putting them on a chopping board. They're kind of wily. They roll all over the place. Don't cut yourself, because the end of your finger looks a lot like the end
Of an olive.
that's been cut. Could be confusing. Okay, I have a very fine chop on all these olives. By the way, these are green olives. They are Mario pimento stuffed manzanilla olives. Is that how you say it? And now I'm going to use some pecan pieces. These are chopped up, raw and fancy, and I got them from the Mennonite store, Country View Bulk Food Store. I love that place. And I put in a giant handful of those. And I'm going to just use my slotted spoon that I use for the olives. And I'm going to mix up the beans, the avocado, the olives, the pecans, the Italian seasoning, and the salt and pepper. It looks kind of cool because the beans are sort of purple, and the green with the olives makes it look kind of like something that maybe Dave Matthews would eat if he was super high, you know? All right, let's take a look at chips. I've got some vinegar kettle cooked chips from Walmart's, both of them. Over here, probably my favorite is the Great Value Blue Corn Organic Tortilla Chip. It's just a great chip. You can get a whole 8-ounce bag at Walmart for like $1.50. They're so good. All right, I'm going to try that one. And let's do the taste test here. That's delicious. Simple, fresh, easy. I think some lime would go good in that too, or a little bit more salt. So easy. Get into it. Have some fun with dip. It's wonderful stuff. Thanks for coming into Mitch's Kitchen, and for crying out loud, eat something good. Make you feel like $1 million, bro. Bro.
Damn, that was tasty. This has been another episode of Mitch's Kitchen.
We're here at the International Llama Festival in sunny Copenhagen, asking people what improvements they've seen in their lives since listening to Mitch's Fake Radio podcast. Hello. Have you listened to Mitch's Fake Radio podcast? Oh, yeah. Mitch's Fake Radio podcast. That show is good and tight.
Yes.
I play it in the barn while I'm shaving my llamas.
Yeah.
They just love it. They're so calm. They just stand there and let me shave away. Their favorite is listening to balls while I shave them. Excuse me, you shave their balls? No, just the one time. It didn't work. Excuse me, sir. Do you listen to Mitch's Fake Radio podcast? Yes, as a matter of fact, I do. What improvements have you seen in your life since you've started listening? Well, let's see. I've gone from 4 llamas to 27. Does that tell you anything? Then finally, let's ask a lady. Excuse me, ma'am, do you listen to Mitch's Fake Radio podcast?
Oh, yeah. It's real big all over Wisconsin, and the kids like to listen to it in the car.
Oh, so you're American and here from the United States, eh?
Oh, yes, we take our llama farming very seriously.
What improvements have you experienced while listening to Mitch's Fake Radio?
Well, let's see. I did marry my 4th husband, Carl, thank you.
Oh, yes,
and
yes,
we
yes.
sold our first franchise for the farm, Lundergaard's Llamas. And it's all in part thanks to Mitch's Fake Radio.
Well, there you have it. The international results are in. Mitch's Fake Radio podcast is a hit worldwide. Be sure to listen on YouTube, subscribe, and click notifications. And please tell a friend to listen to Mitch's Fake Radio.
Welcome back to Mitch's Fake Radio. Well, that was fun. I hope you enjoyed the Mitch's Kitchen segment. I certainly enjoyed making that dip. It was great dip to make. In fact, I brought some into the studio and shared it with Tony, my producer of the show, and it looked like he was liking it. And we were finished doing that. I had to get out of here, and I said, "Listen, do me a favor. Can you write me a critique, a little statement on what you thought of the dip?" And so he did, and I got it. It was in a sealed envelope. Opening up. Oh my God, he got it notarized. Let me open this, and it says here, I, Tony Bradley, executive producer of Mitch's Fake Radio podcast, hereby present my critique of Mitch's kidney bean olive avocado dip. And here's what he had to say. It was all right. It's got to be more. Nope, that's all he wrote. It was all right. Signed, Tony Bradley, executive producer of Mitch's Fake Radio and president of Strange Friends Media Group. Okay. Then an NDA, what is that? In the fine print, it says non-disclosure agreement. Do not return to the studio without more dip. Well, right there. See, that tells me that he really did enjoy it. So he must have liked it. And then it says, P.S., when the chips are down, I can always count on you, Mitch. Hold on here. He can't give me jokes on paper and have me read them on my own show. I mean, Mitch's Fake Radio, MFR, doesn't stand for Mitch's Fake Radio, it stands for motherfucker, really? So anyhow, I enjoyed that dip so much that I went back to my pantry to make some more. And I did find a large can of Bush's Best dark red kidney beans in there. And I thought, wow, this is a large can. This would be great. So I would grab the can opener. I went to open it and I almost started to twist it. And I saw the best before date on top. It said best before June of 2016. Oof. I don't know. I haven't opened them. I opened another can I got at Dollar Tree. They were newer. And so I don't know if I'll eat those. But could they produce more? Oh, boy. Tony said that last one sounded like a sad panda. A little too much eucalyptus this week. It's a jungle out there. You got to feast your famine. You got to take what you can get when you can get it. Ooh. Okay. Ooh. Times like this, we're happy it's not smell-o-vision, right? I know this. Generally, I do some highbrow humor, but at times it's lowbrow. This is like right down there with bathroom humor. I mean, what right do I have to make cracks like this below the belt? Huh? I mean, this is pretty bad. This could scar my reputation, or at least my underwear, you know? Ow. Dang it. Zip it up. At best guess, you would figure these are just random gathered gases from the internet out affecting the ozone layer. But actually, for mine. But the point I'm making here is about protein. And we've got to try to figure out ways to get enough protein into our diet and not completely depend on animal protein. Because in the end, it might not be doing us a favor. So, you know what? Stretch out. Try some bean dip. Try Mitch's Kitchen. What was it again? It was kidney bean, avocado, olives dip. So, Tony, did you have to make many repairs to me when I was talking? You did? Okay. All right, thanks. More coming up next on Mitch's Fake Radio.
You're listening to Mitch's Fake Podcast.
It's Mitch's Fake Radio, Chris. You had to do...
You're listening to Mitch's Fake Radio.
I jumped in there a little early. Sorry. You had to do a lot of repairs to that, didn't you? I had a tough time with some of those words. I think I kept wanting to say avocado for olives. And at one point, I think I said artichoke. There isn't even artichokes in the recipe. But there's something familiar and connected to avocado, artichokes, and olives. You know, I love all that Greek island stuff. That's great. So that was fun. Great dip. I've got another dip I'm going to make for a future episode. I'm having so much fun with dips. They're awesome. So last month's show, I talked about the Sting TED Talk. Turns out, yeah, it is from 2014. It's 6 years old. I don't care. That's why they played it as a best of, because it was so good. And he was talking about putting an end to like a 7 or 8 year writer's block on songs. He couldn't write any songs. And then he returned to his childhood town that had a coal mine and a shipbuilder's yard. And that's what bookended the town. And then all these songs, he said he was almost vomiting songs. They just came flying out, full form, whole songs, because he changed his venue and got home and saw where he came from. He had abandoned it, and then here it revived and saved his career. So I did listen to the whole TED Talk. It's fantastic. It's only about 20 minutes. It is 6 years old. It's on the internet. You just find it, you blow off the dust and listen to it. And you'll find that you'll appreciate it too. And he sings some great original songs. And then he sang Message in a Bottle acoustically and tore it up. It was so good. I love that song. Very good. But he said that, you know, bringing this to a TED Talk, it really is about community and art and creativity. And that all came back together when he went back to home to his old community. So it was interesting. And design, you know, designing ships down the street. So very good stuff and real interesting as far as a TED Talk from Sting. Who'd have figured? I want to mention again that my comedy show is coming up Valentine's Day. That is February 14th. Mitch Gill's Get a Room Comedy Club at the Brentwood Bowling Alley in Caro. We have the whole big back room to ourselves in case you've never been in there for a show. It is intimate and it's really cool. The show is sponsored by Woody's Motel in Caro. You can book rooms at woodys.com or call them at 673-5225. Great time. It's going to be a fantastic show. Special guest Jimmy Cipriano and Amanda Marie, and headliners Eric Lukes and Pat Sievert. You are going to have so much fun if you come to this show. Tickets are only $15. Basically 2 hours of live entertainment right in your face, right here in Caro. Like you wouldn't really get any other time of the year. I mean, occasionally somebody else tries.
You're still locked into 60 minutes of nonstop action back to back Mitch. That's right, you've listened to 50 full minutes of Mitch. That means 10 minutes left of Mitch. I did the math right here on Mitch's Fake Radio.
Gosh, it's going so fast. This hour is almost done. I think it's like 10 minutes to the top of the hour. Oh, yeah, that's exactly what it is, because that was that live thing that just jumped on there and said that. What's the only thing we have left is Fowisdoms. I think that's about it. Man, it's been a fast hour. I want to say hi. You know what? I'm going to add a shout out. I want to say hi to, let's see, it was Chelsea over at, what you call it? Mission One Apparel in Caro. I went over there and I gave them a picture of my Mitch Gill's Get a Room Comedy Club sign, and they're going to digitize it and then make me a banner so I can hang a banner at my comedy shows instead of lugging around that big heavy piece of wood that my sign was on, that was beautifully painted by my brand new ex-wife. She did a great job on that. And I got to meet, I think his name was Mark, maybe. He was the graphics guy over there. He does the embroidery. Because I talked to him at Mission One. I talked to him about my hat. I've got hats that I want to have my sign put on. So we talked for a while, and I said, you know, your name really should be Adam, because he does all the patches there, and then people would call you Patch Adams or Adams Patch. That would make him sound like a girl, though. You think about it. But anyhow, it didn't. You know, he thought, oh, that's funny. Yeah. So we talked business for a while, and then when we were all done, he said, well, it's nice to meet you, Mitch. I said, nice to meet you, Adam. And I was 100% serious. I just couldn't remember. So anyhow, that's going to be pretty cool. Maybe when you guys come to my show on February 14th, which is Valentine's Day, you'll see my new banner hanging on the stage. And who knows, I might even have baseball hats there with Mitch's Fake Radio. Or Mitch Gill's Get a Room Comedy Club on the hats. So you can have some cool swag for a very low price, I should say. So we should do shout outs. Yeah, no? Yeah, I would like to just get him the heck out of the way. So then or did I already do shout outs? Oh my God, I did do shout outs. You guys, I've lost my mind. I apologize. That would be re-shout outs, wouldn't it? Yeah. My face isn't even red. I feel so stupid. Okay. Well, that's okay. I might as well mention that if you don't come to the February 14th show, you can come to the March 21st show at the Brentwood or the April 25th show. So there's only 2 more after that. And then as far as Solid State Live at the Picks, there's only 1 more after that. March 13th. And that season's going to be wrapped up. Yeah. So that will be the end of season 2 of Solid State Live. And then season 3 will start next year, because I think they're going to do it again. I have to ask them about that. And then I'll be starting season 6. 6 seasons of Mitch Gill's Get a Room Comedy Club. How many times did I say that? I think I said it a bunch of times. Anyhow. So, how you been? Been good? That's good. We should have like a 2-way sided podcast. I should have like people call in or something. That would be fun. Because right now I'm just looking at my blank clipboard. That's okay. I don't really care. I appreciate you tuning in and spending time on the internet, because there's so much crap on the internet. You could literally be doing anything you want, but you're spending it with me. I appreciate that. You know what we do have to do? We do have to do Fowisdoms before we get out of here. 5 minutes until Fowisdoms? You've got to be kidding me. What is there? There's still 30 minutes left of the show. That's insane. We could just do Fowisdoms. I mean, no one's the boss of us. Let's just do it.
Time now for Words to Live By from Mitch. They're actually fake words to live by, fake words of wisdom. We could almost call them Fowisdoms. Yes, it's time for Fowisdoms from Mitch.
Well, I certainly don't want to bring anybody down, but in the shadow of Kobe Bryant and his daughter passing, I thought I would pass on to you, life is best lived. So get out there, do what you want, enjoy life, because who knows what's going to happen tomorrow. So that's your Fowisdoms for this time. Life is best lived. Get out and do it, man. Quit screwing around.
That was Words to Live By from Mitch. Fowisdoms. That's right. That's what we called them, was Fowisdoms. Please join us next time for more Fowisdoms from Mitch.
That was fun. It was, I mean, in the light of death, it was relatively good, wasn't it? Yeah. And, you know, I talked to an old friend, actually in text I talked to him, my friend Bill Weatherby. We kind of grew up together back in Waterford, and we're going to get together and have coffee here soon. And we may actually have audio from this in maybe next month. But Bill and I had invented a game, and the game was called, this was in 1974, in my backyard when we got tired of playing tetherball, you know, with the ball on the rope and the pole. I just did that for hours by myself because I didn't have internet or porn. Anyhow, actually there was porn. It was just tricky to get to, and there was logistics, you know, involved. So Bill and I figured out a game we called Hub Hit. Are you intrigued yet? Hub Hit was you use a baseball bat and the hubcap off a 1968 Buick Skylark. And you stand about 20 feet apart. One has the bat, one has the hubcap. And you throw the hubcap with great strength as hard as you can at the other person. And he hits it with the baseball bat. And if he hits you, then he gets a point and you die. And if you hit the hubcap, then you get a point and live. So it's really a pretty cool, fun game. Hub Hit was a big hit in my backyard with Bill and I. So we would play until we couldn't throw the hubcap anymore because it was, or one of us couldn't get up because we'd been struck by a heavy flying object. But Hub Hit, we said we should call Whammo because this is very cool. This is right up there with lawn jarts, you know? Get hit by a hubcap right in the head. Hub Hit. I loved it. So yeah, I'm probably gonna get some audio for that next episode next month. Well, let's see what day that is. Jeez, oh man. That's gonna be February 24th is the next Mitch's Fake Radio. Because there's only 29 days in February next month. Sometimes there's 28. I know that 30 days has September, April, June, and November. Sometimes Y. Oh, no, that's A-I-O and U, and sometimes Y. But now this is talking about the months. So that's going to be fun. I hope you'll tune in. Please tell some people about the podcast. And I will do my best to have my shit together better for you next month. As long as Tony's chiropractor doesn't get in the way and my stupidity gets in the way. Actually, probably most of it's Heather's fault. Because she did offer up a couple ideas. They were pretty late in the game. They were right near the end of the month. It's like, yeah, Heather, that's a good idea. But, you know, where were you in the beginning of the month when I needed these ideas? And she's all, whatever. I'm all, right. Okay, is this fucking thing over yet? Because I can't do it anymore. I just got nothing. I go back and do the weather forecast again. Tonight, mostly cloudy. Skies around 28. Thank God.
Wait, come back.
It's over.
You found me. It's Mitch's fake radio.
All right, that's it for this month. Thank you very much for listening to Mitch's podcast. You played the intro for the ending. Talk to you next month. Take care of yourselves. Peace out.